Let me ask you a question. That nice guy thing that you have going on, do you think it's because you're agreeable? Or is it possible that you developed this trait as a way to avoid conflict and criticism at a very young age? Being late diagnosed with ADHD and over a decade of experience working with couples, the nice guy thing, the agreeable thing, the thing that you think is making your relationship better is actually the thing that is leading to conflict, frustration, criticism, contempt. And no matter what you do, how nice you try to be, how agreeable you are, because you believe that it's going to get you the results that you want, is the thing that leads to all the problems. Wives of these men who are agreeable, who say things like, it's just fine, it's all good, we can do whatever you want. They have no idea that their partner inside is screaming, this is not a marriage, this is not a partnership. I am the relationship manager, and I do not feel seen, heard, or validated. And so they're trying to get your attention, but what ends up happening is it just creates more conflict because you don't have the skill to actually connect to their emotion, to connect to what they're asking for. Like, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. And I recognized that my attempts at being agreeable and nice and affirming, and I think a lot of guys say, I'm logical and my wife is emotional. Well, the logical thing you're trying to do is explain away why they feel the way they do. And then you're offended when they say, you don't hear me. It's like, no, I did hear you. I gave you this perfectly good reason, justification for why I did what I did. But why you might feel better, they're over there saying, is my partner ever going to see me? And you can't do it being the nice, agreeable guy. We have to take up space. But taking up space is scary because when you did it when you were younger, you were criticized, you were judged, you were constantly told that you were being inattentive, you were impulsive, you were interruptive, your energy was too much, it was too little, you were too loud, you were too soft. You didn't know what to do because nobody treated you like the person you are, the person who has ADHD. So they are trying to control the behavior, but they didn't give you the tools to manage the symptoms. It would be like if you said, I can't see, and nobody told you about glasses. They just said, you need to focus more. You need to drive during the day. You need to clean your windshield. And so you stop trying to make mistakes and instead start trying to play small or passive or agreeable so you don't get criticized anymore because it hurts. And you've been laying your head on the pillow every single night wondering, will I ever get where I need to be? Will I ever figure this out? But you won't unless you can learn to take up space, to get the clarity on what your partner is asking you for. When they say, you forgot my birthday again, it's not that they're saying that you're inadequate. They're not saying you're a fuck up. They're saying, I don't feel loved. And you're like, I've had this problem my whole life. And you have. Inattentiveness and memory and processing memory, they're completely different than the neurotypical world. But nobody took time to sit down with you and say, how do we get clear on what the problem is here? It's inattention. How do we create an order for you where you can systematically structure your life in a way that can highlight the importance of these things and leverage things like novelty or urgency so you do remember. And then how do we help you regulate your emotions? So every time your partner says, you messed up, you forgot, you didn't do, I am taking care of everything around here, I have all this mental load, you're not firing off into this abyss of shame and guilt and anxiety and anger, the pent-up rage that you felt for your entire life being poured out into this one moment. That you're regulating your emotions and you're saying, hey, my partner doesn't hate me. My partner is hurt, and so am I. So once you can get that clarity, you can find the order of the things that work for you, not just getting a new damn planner or putting it in your phone and setting a billion alarms, but you can learn to leverage the things that create dopamine in your system. And then you can engage in a marriage where you take up space and it's not seen as a problem or a burden. It's actually seen as something that your partner can appreciate. And they're saying, thank you. Thank you for working hard. Thank you for showing me that you care about me in the way I receive love and connection, not in the way you want to give it. Thank you for seeing me and acknowledging and validating the pain that I'm going through, not giving me a logical solution to try to explain away why I shouldn't feel that way. When you can show up in those ways, you take back the power of your partner being the relationship manager. You reduce the mental load, you take up space in the best way possible, where there's more connection, there's more validation, there's more intimacy, there's just more passion and fulfillment in it. But we can't do that with this nice guy act, playing small, not taking up space. Because a long time ago, you decided nobody can show me how to do this. So I'm just going to become agreeable so I can avoid criticism, which hurts. So I can avoid judgment that makes me feel like a piece of crap. So I can avoid being labeled all the things that come along with unrecognized, undiagnosed, untreated ADHD in a world that isn't set up for you. So if you want to know more, click the link below. Let's get you started on tools that actually work for you and not just behavior modification. We want to get a deep understanding. We want to get awareness of the things that are happening so we can build discipline around the things that actually matter. So we can lead with our heart and compassion and be connected with the people we love instead of trying to protect against criticism and judgment, keeping everybody at arm's length. So you can live with the dedication that you said you wanted to when you first started your marriage, when you first had kids, when you first started your business, and you said, I want to win at life, not just at work.